And so the other friend was like, no, I just didn't feel that you would ever have the money or we would ever get the money to do it. So I found other investors later on and they invested, so I did it. But he was still very upset about it because he was like, wait a minute, this was my idea that you took, and you told me that you was leaving the business for, you getting married and all of that, but this is what you do. And so he was really upset and he left that day. And so time went by, like maybe 3 or 4 months went by, and now the new business for the other partner was going well. Both of them was doing well, but the old best friend wanted to make amends with, my client. And my client, he just felt like, that was a snake move. And he told him, he says, you've never been that way with me before. And I never felt like I had to hide anything from you. I couldn't share anything from you. We did everything together, but this is what you done. And because you did that, I know how to moving forward. Now, I tell this story because it's actually because it is the exact same thing that I talk about with people trusting. We trust people, that we are familiar with and that we have did so many things together. And the people that we call our friends, we are really, really quick to, we're quick at just trusting these people, and so we make the mistake and we give them everything without having anything documented, because he could have easily said, okay, I'm going to record this conversation so that that this is something that I'm discussing that's business wise, that is my idea on what I want to do or whatever, and I just want to protect it until we can implement it and we can work together to get financing. Because if he got financing, after he left the business, he could have just said, listen, I got somebody that will finance it, they want this percentage or whatever, and we could have went from there. But that's not what he did. So the moral of this story is, sometimes when you have these ideas, it is best to keep those ideas to yourself and just work on them silently. And I have learned from that. And I do things like that all the time. Like, I work on stuff and people don't know that I'm working on it. They don't know what's going on. They don't, I don't talk to anybody about it. And then right when it's time for me to deliver it or release it or whatever, that's when I tell people. Sometimes, a lot of times my daughter knows, but most of the time nobody knows until I'm about to drop it, because of things like this.